Hello everyone, it's Brian here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 trailer. It is finally out. Sorry I couldn't do this sooner. I was out of town and had no access to my laptop. Alright, so let's begin. So the first thing we see in this trailer is this walker coming from the ocean, and he has a giant branch in him, and that's really cool. I'm glad we're getting a little bit more of the ocean this season than we got previously. It just adds a little bit of a cool element, and I'm not sure who's on the ocean right now, but this walker is coming towards them. So next we see Magna, Yumiko, Luke, Aaron, Michonne, and someone else on the horseback. They're riding to Oceanside, and this was a cool wide shot, and I'm really excited for this season and them going to war. So the next thing we see is Alpha and her whispers coming, and she's saying that we had one law, and she's talked about how we are always watching. So apparently they did find out that they crossed the border, or maybe they crossed it again. I mean, who knows, honestly. But she's not wearing a Whisperer mask, and I can't wait for her to die this season. So the next thing we get is, I think these are new characters. I'm not sure if that's Dante, but I don't know if these people are just joking. I don't know why this guy's putting a bag over his head, but that guy in the middle is kind of like smiling, and that woman is just looking not happy. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but they're in Alexandria. Looks like we have new characters this season. So the next thing we have is Negan, and he's saying like the boogeyman stuck his face to the closet, and everyone's putting their pants back on. That sort of thing. You know how Negan is, and I'm glad we're getting a little bit more Negan this season. He's one of the few remaining characters left from previous seasons, so I'm glad we're gonna get his redemption arc this season. So the next thing we get is Eugene, and he runs to the radio, and I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's the Commonwealth. I mean, it could possibly be Rick on the radio, but I kind of doubt it. And most likely Eugene is going to talk to Stephanie, who is going to be his future love interest. And so the next thing we get is Rosita with her new baby, and she is crying. Maybe something happened to Father Gabriel, and there's also a red canister in the background. I'm not sure what those are for, but you're going to be seeing them more throughout the season, most likely in 3D shots. So next we have Judith, and she's holding a Whisperer mask with a stick, and in the background next to the mask you can see a red canister as well. So I'm not sure what these red canisters mean exactly. So the next thing we see is Carol, and she's looking through some sort of mirror or something, and you could see Henry. He has blood on him. She has some blood on her too. Most likely she is hallucinating, dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, as well as the next character we're going to talk about here, which is Sadiq. Now Sadiq, he has these like flashes or something. People are like, is he drugged? But no, I think most likely he's just having a panic attack or anxiety, something involving the Whisperers. And here we have Sadiq most likely dunking his head in water to deal with his panic attack or something, because I believe that's how you can deal with them. And next thing we have is Michonne talking to Aaron, saying that fear can destroy us. It almost did before. And I wonder if this is maybe a wink at Fear the Walking Dead, because in a way they did take characters from the main show to put in Fear the Walking Dead, which did affect the Walking Dead's quality a little without Dwight and Morgan. Not sure if that was like a double meaning, what Michonne said. So the next thing we have is this person spraying Silence the Whisperers, as well as, actually, yeah, Silence the Whisperers on both, on Alexandria Street and on Michonne's, I believe that's Michonne's door. So whoever this person is, most likely they're going to cause trouble, and Michonne will have to deal with them at some point. So the next thing we see is Lydia training, and Negan tells her to watch her back. I'm not sure why he tells her this. Does he not trust Daryl? I'm not really sure why he's telling her this, but I'm glad these two are interacting because they're both outcasts. And we have Daryl talking to Negan, saying that we've never been in a room before, kind of threatening him. And the next shot we get is Daryl really punching someone. And I'm not sure who it is, but I think it's a Whisperer, someone they caught, because the hair is not Negan's, and it can't be Dante, I don't think. And it looks really messy. So next thing we get a bunch of shots. We get shots with the babies and people being happy, and we also get Daryl and Connie as well as Dog. And I really like these three. Not sure if they're going to be a couple this season or finally become a couple, but I am glad to see the shot. I hope Dog survives. He's a really cool addition to the cast. So the next thing is we get Negan covered. He has some blood on his face, and he has a bloody crowbar next to Aaron, and that's Aaron on the ground. I don't think he's gonna kill him. I think he saved him actually, and he's just uh, Aaron's just scared. So that's most likely it. And I think this is the morning after, because Aaron still has some blood on his face, but it doesn't look like he killed any walkers right here. So and also he looks very angry at Negan. So something must have happened. I'm not sure what, but Gabriel tells Aaron to just take Negan in as a fighter, and we also have a shot of Magna killing some walkers, and she has apparently dyed her hair blonde. I'm not sure why, but her hair is blonde now, so that's interesting. And next we have, it's kind of hard to tell, but we have Rosita punching a punching bag, exercising, that kind of sort of thing. Most likely to get rid of the baby fat because it's probably only been like a month or something since she gave birth, and she most likely had an 8 to 9 month pregnancy, and she's most likely just exercising to get ready for war. And next we have Michonne looking at a Whisperer. She has a bloody katana, it looks like, or bloody machete. I can't tell what that is. And she's wearing Lydia's clothes apparently, so that's very interesting. And next thing is we have Daryl talking about sometimes it feels like we're just fighting one fight to the next. And we have, I guess, the entire militia on the beach, most likely the training ground, because you can see the boat in the background, and most likely they're going to be practicing for the Whisper War. And here's another shot. Most likely the Carol and Daryl shippers are going to go crazy. We have Daryl hugging Carol. There was a shot where Carol is crying in the trailer, so most likely Daryl is just comforting her because they're two very good friends. So one of the main reasons this is a training exercise is you see Jerry and Ezekiel opening a ship, a door ship, full of walkers, and I don't think they would do this if their life was in danger exactly. So most likely they're just training their people, and this is how they're gonna do it. So Carol and Daryl talk about like heading west, that kind of thing, and she's on his bike, but I don't think they're gonna leave the group. I mean, obviously not. And it's very interesting because I think Rick was the last person on Daryl's bike. So now it's Carol. I wonder if that means anything. Probably not, but it's just something I thought about. And next we have Michonne. I think it was Michonne talking about heading west, or that was Carol. And you could see a boat USA, and I think it's Michonne on there with possibly RJ. I think they're heading to the beaches or something. They're heading to Oceanside, maybe from the ocean, and we can see a bunch of kids here. We have Dog, Jerry, his two kids, RJ and Judith, and they have a bunch of buckets, and there's sand everywhere, and they think there's sand in their buckets too. They don't look like their life is in danger, so I wonder, are they doing like a vacation or something? That's kind of odd. Next thing we have is Gabriel and Rosita against the campfire, and honestly, I think one of them really is going to die this season, and it's most likely going to be Gabriel. So this is probably the last time we're going to see them together like this, and their life is not in danger because they're just at a campfire, it's quiet, so they're most likely just getting ready for what's going to happen. And the next thing we get is, I think that's Lydia. I'm pretty sure that's Lydia. I'm willing to bet that it is. And she's crying and Daryl's hugging her. And the next thing we get is Magna and Yumiko. And I don't know why this scene is there, but they're in a building, maybe in the hilltop or something, or Alexandria. They're in a house, or in a room. I'm still not sure why we got this shot in the trailer. I don't know, it just seemed a little out of place to me. And the next thing we get is everyone freaking out over this picture, or this shot, Michonne and Ezekiel kissing. Now, people don't know this, but it's actually been like 7 years since Rick disappeared. Survivors are actually like 10 years and 10 months in the apocalypse. So Rick has been gone for like 7 whole years. And honestly, I'm glad in a way Michonne's kind of moving on, sort of. So next thing we get is Magna saying if we cross their border, it's war, and we have Alden here. And we also have Cindy, the leader of Oceanside. I'm glad she's coming back. Next thing we have is Michonne putting down her katana. So I think most likely the Whisperers caught them crossing the border and they're just putting down their weapons. Most likely. I'm not sure how they got caught. I'm like, really? Again? That doesn't really fit our character style unless they have a plan. So next we have the Whisperers with guns. I mean, at least one of them has a gun. I'm not sure if do they have more guns than even survivors. I don't know. That's just a little odd to me and very dangerous actually. So most likely they have survivors here at nighttime threatening them. And the next thing we get is Carol, Daryl, Michonne, and Laura, as well as some guy in the background. They have no weapons, and and it looks like they're at the border. So I don't know if they get caught here or if they're just hesitating to cross the border. Whichever the case, it seems like they're all standing still and they're pretty in line with each other. And Alpha says that you have to be punished. I can't wait for her to die this season. I'm not sure who it's gonna be, but I think it should be Negan. But I will be okay if it's Carol. And Carol says this awesome line like Alpha has to die, but calls Alpha something else, and I can't say it, but it's really awesome. And I think she's telling Daryl. I'm pretty sure this is Daryl she's saying it to, and I really cannot wait this season for Alpha to die, and everyone's gonna love Carol this season, I bet. Again, like all over again, she's a fan favorite. So next thing we get is a bunch of people running in the woods, including Alpha. So I think we're gonna have a nighttime battle with fire, a daytime battle here, most likely with Beta, Alpha, and the Whisperers, and a battle at Alexandria and a battle at the Hilltop. And I'll explain that in a little bit. But I think we're gonna get like around 4 battles this season. And here we have the Alexandria battle, most likely, and Eugene and Rosita are killing walkers. There's people behind them. I think Alden's here too, and they're just killing walkers. And Eugene's like, I can do this all night, kind of thing. Uh, well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of like a Captain America maybe reference or something, but obviously Eugene can't go all night. And next thing we get is this cool like Roman style fighting. We got people with spears and shields, really cool. Although I'm not sure. I think that girl holding the shield next to Aaron is too short. Like, oh my goodness, like I think I see some kids, like a kid, like on the right, like that might be a kid. I don't know. It just seems a little weird. So people probably don't notice, but this is actually the hilltop. You can clearly see that the walls are made of logs, and you can see on the right there's like this like farm looking thing, a barn, or small barn structure, and we know that the hilltop has those. So we are definitely getting the hilltop attack in the first half of season 10. I thought we were going to get it closer to the second half, but I guess not. And here we have Kelly, Yumiko, and Connie with slingshots and spears. And I don't know if it's just me, but I noticed there's a lot of shots with women in the trailer, uh, which is interesting. There's probably more women than males at this point. And next we have Michonne saying that we need to fight as one. And I thought she was by herself here, but no, we can see that there's like many other characters like Daryl, Alden, I think Laura too. So most likely there's a fire that happens during the nighttime whisper battle, and then we get The Walking Dead. And I am so excited for season 10, man. I am just so excited. This is going to be one of the best seasons, I think, even though Michonne is leaving, which unfortunately is kind of sad. And next thing we get is Daryl and Carol talking about being best friends and like, that sort of thing, like being, uh, having matching bracelets. And Daryl's just like, let's just eat and not talk, because Daryl's not much of a talker. Um, and then we get October 10th. Sorry, not October 6th, and I cannot wait, man. I feel like the Walking Dead seasons are coming sooner. Like I'm pretty sure last year was October 7th, and that's just crazy to think about. We're getting it October 6th. Like, man, that is just crazy. And the next thing we get is people freaking out. It is Michonne pointing Lucille. I'm not sure if this is a dream sequence or something, because I also cannot see like Michonne's hair at all. I cannot see Michonne's hair, and I don't know who she's pointing at. Is she pointing at Alpha? I don't actually think she's pointing at Negan because it just doesn't make sense. Is she really giving Negan back Lucille? But why would she do it this way? It just doesn't really fit Michonne's style. So I don't know why she's doing it, but honestly, this was an awesome trailer. I cannot wait. Please let me know what you think down below. Until next time, bye.